We begin every Rotary meeting with a ring of the bell, just to make sure we're all alert and awake. And I'd like to say welcome. I am Alma Jones, president of the Rotary Club of Naperville, and really honored to welcome you all. And on behalf of the 100 plus members of the Rotary Club of Naperville, we are glad to welcome especially this very esteemed group to be with us today. So I'd like to remind you that today is one of our very best programs of the year, when we as Rotarians proudly celebrate our ability to support the community service organizations that we salute here today. Service above self is the uniting motto of the 1.2 million Rotarians worldwide. And today we salute the amazing works of service that are represented here today by the good work of our guests today that provide for those of us who need our and your help. I extend a very special welcome today to our members and our distinguished guests, and I invite everyone to use the chat today as much as you like. If you're a guest, please place your contact information into the chat so others may greet you and be in contact with you. Anyone that has any announcements that they would like to make, please use the chat. And if you have a fundraiser coming up, or if you have something you'd like to share, and make sure and put the link and your contact information there. So if you'd like to learn more about Rotary membership, I have to mention that Jackie Claremont is our membership chair, and her information is always in the chat. So Jackie would love to reach out to you if you would like to have her do so. So with that, I welcome today our past president, Rachel Osira, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Rachel?
Thank you, Alma. It's a pleasure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. So just as a point of housekeeping, want to make sure that that we are all muted at this time during the program. So at this point, we have a music selection today by our very own Jason Altenburn.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm happy to sing with you as we commonly do at our Rotary meetings. God bless America. And please feel free to, I know you're muted, but if you wish to join me, you're welcome to do so. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you very much, Jason. I feel like I need to yell play ball and to stand up and give it a round of applause. So thank you. It's been too long since we've had you sing for us, and I really appreciate any time you do. So thank you very much. And next up, I would like to welcome our fellow Rotarian, Nancy Wearsome, to lead us in today's joyful moment. Nancy?
Thank you so much, Alma. As we celebrate the community service grants today, I just want to share a very short story with you. There was a young woman who had a spectacular flower garden. She had come from a family with generations of gardeners. Like her grandmother, her flower garden was second to none. One day, while looking through a flower catalog, she found a plant with blooms she had never seen before, and she said she must have it. She ordered it, and when it arrived, she planted it at the base of a stone wall at the back of her yard. It grew vigorously with beautiful green leaves all over it, but there were no blooms. Day after day, she continued to cultivate it, water it, and feed it, but nothing. One morning, weeks later, as she stood before the vine, she contemplated how disappointed she was that her plant had not bloomed. She was giving considerable thought to cutting it down and planting something else in its place. It was at this moment that her elderly neighbor, whose lot joined hers, called over to her, "Thank you so much. You can't imagine how much I have enjoyed the blooms of that vine you planted." The young woman saw that on the other side of the wall, the vine was filled with blooms. There were indeed the most beautiful blooms she had ever seen. The vine had crept through the crevices, and it had not flowered on her side of the fence. It had flowered luxuriantly on the other side. Just because you cannot see the good result of your labor does not mean that it bore no fruit. Today, as we celebrate the community service grants, we recognize that many of the Rotarians may not directly see the results of their generosity, and the fortunate nonprofit leaders may not know who planted the vine, but they see the wonderful results, the blooms of that generosity. Thank you to all who made this day possible, and thank you to all who will wisely use those precious funds.
Nancy, thank you. That was a beautiful story, and it was perfect for a day like today. Thank you very, very much for sharing that with us. Excuse me. And now it is my pleasure and honor to introduce Joe Nelson, our community service co-chair, to introduce our program today. And I can't introduce Joe without thanking Joe and Stephanie Kostelik, community service co-chairs, for all the work that they have done on the community service grants program, as well as John Norman, who has joined together with Stephanie Kostelik to execute this program. So the three of you really deserve a very large thank you from all of us. And we recognize your work. Joe?
Well, thank you very much, Alma. It's an honor to welcome this year's Community Service Grant recipients. As many of you know, the Rotary Club of Naperville is fortunate and grateful to be able to serve our community through these community service grants. The purpose of today's program is to support the vital assistance these grant recipients here today provide for those most in need. This is a signature event for our club. Since 1995, our club has awarded a significant number of grants to outstanding organizations. We are extremely proud of these contributions that we've made over the years, and thanks to the generosity of Naperville Rotary Charities, we have been able to donate a little bit over $2.45 million since 1995. This year has been unique and has required many adjustments to our typical practices, as you all might have remembered from last year. In a normal year, our grants would go out about June time. However, with the profound effect of COVID on those most vulnerable, we prioritized this program and were able to accelerate our process and have these grants awarded in May. Our focus is to support programs that provide basic humanitarian needs. Any need that sends a person from poverty to a crisis situation is what we consider a basic humanitarian need. We define these needs as essentials that prevent a threat to the health, safety, security, or well-being of a community or other large groups of people. Essential needs include food, clothing, shelter, physical and mental health care, education, and sanitation, for example. We have a select and impartial committee that takes a systematic approach to screening applications and ultimately selecting grant recipients. I'd like to thank those in attendance, you know who you are, who are on the grants committee review team, for your time and efforts this year, especially completing this extensive process in record time so these much needed funds could be distributed. I especially want to echo Alma's comments that the co-chairs of the subcommittee here, Stephanie Kostelic and John Norman, for their leadership and efforts to make this go as best it could. Our club is proud to announce that this year we will distribute $150,000 to 28 different organizations. After our program, I encourage anyone inspired by these works to introduce yourselves in the chat or email me or Stephanie. In normal, in-person meetings, we'd all get to hang out afterwards and get to know each other, but all these organizations are very inspiring, and if there's anybody who could collaborate with another or even on a small idea, please do reach out in the chat and let me know. Furthering our program, today's recipients will be broken into 7 categories, and we'll have a Rotarian from our club speak on behalf of the recipients in each category. Those categories include education, family services, food, shelter, clothing, mental health and physical health, senior services, youth services, and community support. So starting with education, Stephanie from our club, who's a co-chair on this committee, will lead us right into it.
Thank you, Joe. Beginning with Indian Prairie Educational Foundation. The IPEF Kid Essential Fund was established in 2017 to support low-income and homeless students in Indian Prairie School District 204. The Kid Essentials Fund has provided support to hundreds of students and families experiencing hardship through assistance with food, groceries, transportation, toiletries, supplies, and clothing. In extreme cases, the fund has been used to support families with rental assistance to avoid eviction and homelessness. Since the onset of COVID-19, we've seen a dramatic increase in needs district-wide as more families are struggling due to job loss or illness related to the pandemic. We are grateful for the generous support of the Rotary Club of Naperville to assist in our efforts to support our most vulnerable student population. Representing the Indian Prairie Education Foundation is Alicia Johnson, Executive Director, Randy Sidio, Director, Arcana Sakar, Director, and Kim White, Director. Next up is the Naperville Education Foundation. NEF is the philanthropic arm of Naperville Community Unit School District 203. With community support, NEF creates opportunities for students that go above and beyond the district's tax-supported budget. NEF funding brings great teacher and student ideas to life through the express grants and annual grant programs, supports each school's unique community with before and after school programs run by Naperville 203 staff, and removes barriers to learning through the Kid Booster Anonymous Fund and the Kid Booster Crisis Fund that was created to support our students and their families in the response to the pandemic. Students can face barriers to learning that have nothing to do with the classroom itself. When school social workers identify these barriers, the Kid Booster Anonymous Fund provides needed support. This could be by providing financial assistance for an at-risk students to attend counseling or participate in a school activity. This grant provides a safety net for Naperville 203 students when no other source of funding can be found. Thank you, NEF, for ensuring every student in Naperville 203 can take advantage of opportunities to make the most of their education. Representing the Naperville Education Foundation, Executive Director, Wendy Gesch.
Family Services. The Career and Networking Center offers a variety of diverse resources for individuals in job search transition, those seeking career advancement advice, or looking to build their professional network. CNC's robust program is inclusive of one-on-one coaching in the areas of branding, career exploration, interviewing, LinkedIn, job search strategy, networking, and resume review. Last fiscal year, an expert group of 30 plus HR and other business professionals provided almost $300,000 in-kind consultation services to over 700 job seekers looking for their next success. Representing the Career and Networking Center, Executive Director Kim White. Family Shelter Service transforms lives by offering help and hope to those affected by domestic violence. Their main mission, purpose, and objective is to help those experiencing domestic violence find safety and build resilience as they restore their self-worth and their lives. Impact story. Sarah entered shelter with 2 toddler-age children. Through her work with the Life Skill Program, workshops, coaching, and her determination, Sarah found daycare for her children and obtained employment and became approved for housing. Since leaving shelter, Sarah reports to staff with whom she stays in contact that she is still at her job, she has purchased a car, and the children remain at daycare. Throughout the process of becoming self-sufficient, the children were always her focus. Sarah shared that the children are now speaking more and are able to socialize and use their gross motor skills to be inquisitive children. To add to the excitement, Sarah is pursuing her GED. Representing Family Shelter Services, Senior Grant Writer Tiffany Crow. Loaves and Fishes. 1 in 5 people in DuPage, Kane, Kendall, and Will counties are living in poverty or low income. Thousands of families are suffering from food insecurity, not knowing if they'll have enough food to feed their families. After several years of planning, Loaves and Fishes is pleased to introduce its Building for Lasting Impact initiative. This project will substantially increase the number of families served, expand their geographic service area, increase the amount of healthy food offered, and provide several ways for clients to receive their food. The cornerstone of this project is an additional building which will serve as the food processing hub. The grant awarded will go to support this new initiative. Last year, Loaves and Fishes served more than 165,000 with nutritious food and resources such as emergency assistance for rent or utilities, car donations, and volunteer income tax assistance. Representing Loaves and Fishes, Janet Derrick, EVP Programs, Megan Trilnick, Grant Manager, Nancy Wearsome, EVP Advancement. Teen Parent Connection is a nonprofit agency serving teen parents in DuPage County as they navigate the challenges of both parenthood and adolescence. In addition, they offer school-based pregnancy prevention education programs in both middle schools and high schools to help reduce the risk of teen pregnancy. They are a staff, board, and a community dedicated to empowering young families and creating the best possible start for young mothers, young fathers, and their babies. Representing Teen Parent Connection, Sydney Pacha, Development and Communications Manager. Next is Food Shelter Clothing. Bridge Communities. Bridge helps families like client L, who found herself and her 5-year-old daughter living in a homeless shelter after a toxic relationship left them with almost nothing. Over the past 22 months, Client L has worked hard to rebuild her life and position herself and her daughter for future success. She is taking a rigorous course load in computer science and earning straight A's. Recently, she found out that she earned a highly coveted summer internship to Argonne National Laboratories. Her daughter is also thriving, having progressed to a third grade reading level, though she's only in the first grade. Client L is just one of the hundreds plus families Bridge helps each year, and one of almost 1,000 we've helped in the 33-year history. Since less than 2% of their budget comes from government sources, they rely almost solely on the kindness and generosity of individuals, foundations, corporations, and organizations like the Rotary Club of Naperville. Representing Bridge Communities, Director of Community Engagement, Jen Bystreet. Hesed House. As the second largest homeless shelter in Illinois, Hesed House is much more than just a shelter. Through their comprehensive resource center, they have everything to help someone get back on their feet again. Rotary's support specifically helps them serve families who have nowhere else to turn in their time of need. Their family shelter continues to meet the unique needs of all types of families, with children of all ages, including newborns at times. Their family shelter provides case managers to assist with parenting classes, therapeutic children's play, and much more beyond their basic needs. These types of support also allow for many families to return into independent living. As a single father of 3 once shared, I don't know where I would have been without Hesed House. I really don't know. Thank you for giving him and countless others a safe place when facing homelessness. Representing Hesed House, Division Director of Development, Lauren Jernigan, Executive Director, Joe Jackson. DuPage PADS is the largest and most inclusive provider of year-round shelter, comprehensive services, and supportive housing for families and individuals experiencing homelessness in DuPage County. Services begin by addressing clients' most basic need for shelter and food to ensure safety and prevent hunger. Case managers then seek to address the barriers that resulted in homelessness through a continuum of services with the ultimate goal of obtaining stable housing. Last year, they served 1,145 individuals experiencing homelessness, including 265 children in 117 families, and assisted 334 individuals in obtaining stable housing. Their vision is that all served will have a home. Representing DuPage PADS, Grants Manager Erica Whelan.
Okay, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Laura, for your very nice reading of those very deserving organizations. For mental, physical health, and individual development, I will go ahead and read. So for starting off here, we got the Edward Foundation. For over 60 years, Edward Hospital has cared for the people of the west and southwest suburbs with their generous support of our friends and partners in the community. As they respond to the challenges of the rapidly changing healthcare industry as a result of COVID-19, while maintaining their high standards of care, they rely on our help now more than ever. As a nonprofit fundraising arm of Edward Hospital, Edward Foundation's mission is to help Edward provide the highest quality services, technology, facilities, and staff to the communities they serve. And for decades, they've been doing just that with the help of generous support from donors like us. Edward Foundation has raised almost, look at that, $52.5 million since 1990 to benefit numerous departments and programs at Edward Hospital, including the Naperville and Plainfield Cancer Centers, Neurosciences, Linden Oaks Behavioral Health, healing therapies, such as animal-assisted therapy, nursing scholarships, the Edward Hospital Care Center, the SHARE program for parents who've lost an infant in childbirth, and other life-saving equipment and technology. Representing Edward Foundation today, we've got the Executive Director, Brett Skeen, and Employee Support Coordinator, Megan Walsh. And next up, Little Friends. Established in 1965, Little Friends is a multifaceted human services agency providing a variety of services for children and adults with autism, intellectual and developmental disabilities, and social emotional needs. Little Friends has 257 full-time employees, 157 part-time employees, and a loyal group of volunteers and supporters. Primary services include educational and vocational training, community-based residential living, their Center for Autism and Respite Services. They enhance lives and expand futures for over 900 children and adults of all ages, abilities, and backgrounds annually. Little Friends serves families throughout 9 counties and over 55 school districts across Illinois. Representing Little Friends, we have Jason Altenburn, VP of Agency Advancement, and Mike Briggs, the CEO. Next up is NAMI of DuPage. NAMI is the only nonprofit in DuPage County that offers education and support to individuals with mental illness and to their families or caregivers. Their community education program teaches groups about mental illness. They offer classes that help people with mental illness learn to care for themselves and or others. Their early intervention program, called Ending the Silence, operates in 50 middle and high schools and promotes early identification and intervention for children at risk of mental illness. They partner with 6 hospitals to educate patients and their families about mental illness and how to access services after discharge. They have 15 peer counselors who offer one-to-one mentoring. Peer counselors also staff the living room and the emergency room at Advocate Good Samaritan Hospital. They also offer social and recreational services and a supported employment program. New in this year, PD Connect provides police officers to assist them when responding to mental illness complaints. More than 29,000 individuals access NAMI of DuPage's services in the last year. Representing NAMI, Executive Director Jerry Kerger. All right, SamariCare. SamariCare provides high quality professional mental health counseling and psychological testing and assessment for individuals, couples, and families of all ages from diverse backgrounds and varied financial means. It offers a wide variety of client-focused and goal-oriented counseling in a broad range of specialty areas. While many of SamariCare's clients pay its standard fee utilizing their health insurance, they are committed to providing affordable access to mental health services. The Mental Health Access Program was created in tandem with its mission to offer reduced fees using a sliding fee scale to qualify clients who are uninsured or who have extenuating financial circumstances. In the last fiscal year, SamariCare provided over $600,000 in fee subsidies to 587 eligible under-resourced households. Of the 587 households receiving fee subsidy, 177 resided in Naperville. This equates to approximately $208,000 in fee subsidy assistance for Naperville-based residents. Representing SamariCare, we got the president and CEO, Reverend Dr. Scott Mitchell. And our next organization, Turning Point Autism Foundation, established in 2007 to raise the quality of educational support for children and young adults with autism. Turning Point creates best practice learning environments to increase independence, improve communication, and socially appropriate behaviors. As a not-for-profit organization, they rely on the partnership of volunteers, donors, school districts, and employment partners to ensure a sustainable and meaningful future for our students. Representing Turning Point Autism, we have Barb Brower, Director of Development and Operations. And VNA Healthcare. VNA was founded in 1918 during the Spanish flu pandemic and has been providing care to individuals in need ever since. Today, VNA delivers comprehensive primary care to over 72,000 men, women, and children in and serviced 210,000 patients last year. VNA now has 16 locations, including 12 healthcare centers in Aurora, Elgin, Carroll Stream, Bennsville, Wheaton, Bolingbrook, Romeoville, and Joliet. Services include OBGYN, pediatrics, family practice, internal medicine, mental and behavioral health, pharmacy, lab, dental, optometry, benefits assistance, wellness, and care coordination. VNA serves a population with little to no insurance in health, center, and home settings. Representing VNA Healthcare, the VP of Philanthropy and Communication, Chrissy Holworth. And so with that, we'll pass it off to Stephanie for senior services.
DuPage Senior Citizens Council. Since 1975, DuPage Senior Citizens Council, DSCC, has been advocating for and providing services to older adults that help them thrive and secure comfort of home. DSCC provides more than just meals. The array of services is designed to ensure the safety, independence, and mental and physical well-being of older adults, particularly those who live alone or do not have family nearby. DSCC services provide a safety net for older adults in need, and our agency has been created with saving the lives of several older adults. Services include home-delivered meals, also known as Meals on Wheels, community dining, health and wellness education, well-being checks, pet care and food assistance, minor home repairs, contractor referrals, yard cleanups, and friendly visits, phone calls. Martin Avenue Apartments. Martin Avenue Apartments is the premier affordable living community for adults and persons with disabilities serving Greater Naperville and DuPage County. From the staff to the board of directors, they are truly thankful for the opportunity to serve individuals in need. They understand the mindset and needs of their residents and of the community and have a long history of successfully delivering the essential components of inclusive adult living. Life at Martin Avenue Apartments involves a unique sense of community, well-being, friendship, family, and social connection. We strive to bring light and happiness into the lives of people with hardships brought on by age, low incomes, and disabilities. Representing the Martin Avenue Apartments, Director of Naperville Elderly Housing Board, Mary Curbs. Ride Assist Naperville. Ride Assist Naperville is a unique transportation service launched in 2017. RAN provides transportation for Naperville senior citizens to their medical appointments. Their volunteer drivers stay until our senior rider's appointment is completed, giving the comfort of accountability for all their medical visits. In the last year, RAN has stayed open for the seniors whose appointments could not be done virtually. Putting the safety of our community first, they were able to provide PPE for all the volunteers. Their friendly and well-trained volunteer drivers provide a senior-focused and dependable service. They are always looking for additional volunteers. Representing Ride Assist Naperville, President Tim Els and Program Coordinator Emily Baldwin. Riverwalk Adult Day Services. For over 35 years, the Riverwalk Adult Day Services has provided a safe, social, and stimulating environment for adults in need of daytime care due to some form of cognitive decline. They are the only center in the area that services adults 18 years and older. During COVID, Riverwalk Adult Services was granted the State of Illinois Department on Aging Community Care Program and a U.S. Veterans Affairs Community Care Network contracts. The contracts will allow them to continue their mission to serve low-income adults in our community. Once they were able to reopen from COVID, they were honored and excited to serve their first and hopefully many veterans through Hines Hospital, the VA. Representing Riverwalk Adult Day Services, Executive Director Jennifer Brassfield. Senior home sharing. Senior home sharing is the affordable solution to high-cost senior living by providing unique, one-of-a-kind homes set in established residential neighborhoods where our residents can age with dignity. Senior home sharing owns homes set in residential neighborhoods where seniors live together, helping to reduce isolation and enhance well-being. Each of our homes accommodates up to 7 seniors, each having a private bedroom while sharing the common areas of the home. The residents are independent, but enjoy the perks of assisted living at a much more affordable price. The house managers provide them with 3 freshly prepared meals every day, medication reminders, as well as overseeing the care and activities of the home.
All right, great. Thank you, Stephanie. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian O'Malley, and I'm honored to present the Youth Services category. And we'll begin with 360 Youth Services as our first grant recipient. And to start this off will be an impact story. I'll begin. JW had been living in his car and couch surfing after his parents downsized his college apartment fell through. He felt this was his only option. After a while, he could no longer afford his car payment and had to eliminate his car. Then JW found 360 and moved into the housing program. Prior to entering 360's program, JW had been enrolled in community college, but had to withdraw due to his housing situation. He carried a balance of $3,000. JW wanted to transfer to a 4-year university and play college basketball, but could not get his transcripts released until he paid the debt. Upon joining the housing program, JW got a job, saved for a car to drive for Uber, paid the debt, then enrolled in a 4-year university where he also achieved his dream of joining the basketball team. JW continued participating in case management and life skill services and saving money. In the fall of 2020, JW moved into his own apartment and is on track to graduate with his bachelor's degree in December of 2021. JW is studying entrepreneurship and developing a financial literacy app for youth. We are incredibly proud of him. Representing 360 Youth Services is Judy Caribou, CEO, Julie Ryan, Chief Philanthropy Officer, and Sarah Tesh, Corporate and Community Giving. Sarah is also a fellow Rotarian and member of the Naperville Sunrise Club. Our next recipient is the Alive Center. During the critical hours after school and over summer vacation, the Alive Center provides teens with free tutoring, mentoring, events, and classes on a variety of topics such as leadership, career development, drug prevention and awareness, STEM, health and well-being, and service. They support both junior high and high schoolers from all backgrounds. Through our unique peer tutoring, teen-led model, high schoolers create programs based on their own interests, share their knowledge and experience with younger teens who grow to be the future leaders at Alive. Due to COVID, Alive met a community need by providing an e-learning space from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily for District 203 junior high students who otherwise would have been home alone from September 2020 to January 2021. The support of the Rotary Club of Naperville helped to fund scholarships for these students, 90% of whom received this service at no cost to them. Alive provided 827 e-learning teen visits, serving 38 teens during an additional 984 hours of operation during this period. A quote from an Alive parent was, "Being a single dad, I don't know what I would have done without your resources. I can't sing enough praises for all the work you do there. Kudos." And again, that was from an Alive Center parent. Representing the Alive Center is Community Engagement and Development Representative Casey Chitwood and Operations Manager Elisa Henley. Our next recipient is CASA of DuPage. CASA of DuPage County was founded in April of 1993 when it entered into a formal agreement with the 18th Judicial Circuit Court in DuPage County, Illinois. Last year in 2020, a total of 348 children benefited by having one of 150 volunteers as their CASA advocate. Though CASA is a national organization, programs are set up by county. Illinois has 36 programs, which serves 38 counties. Statewide, 43% of children in juvenile court have an advocate. However, every abused, neglected, or dependent child in DuPage has an advocate, has a voice in court. Representing CASA of DuPage is Vicki Shaw, Development Director. The next grant recipient is the Education Center. Founded in 1979, the Education Center of Developmental Resources was created as an Illinois not-for-profit organization to empower children who are dealing with a broad spectrum of problems. Thousands of children have been helped since then from all social, cultural, and economic backgrounds. No individual or family has ever been turned away for financial reasons. Celebrating more than 40 years of service, the Education Center provides hope and help to hundreds of children from the Naperville and the Naperville area community each year. The Education Center offers a unique life coaching model, which provides both academic tutoring and life skills to children and young people in need. The Education Center helps children who are experiencing traumatic life events, such as a parent death or divorce, early affiliation with drug or gang involvement, the painful experience of bullying, and other difficult school and life issues. Helping all kids succeed in school and in life is accomplished by building skills, resilience, and gratitude. Their mission provides the opportunity for children to learn the necessary skills to survive and thrive beyond their circumstances or disability. A child needs to feel good about what they can achieve and not anxious about what they cannot. Representing the Education Center is Dr. Michael Little, and also fellow Rotarian Jonathan Newman, Director of Academics. Our next recipient is Kids Matter. Now marking its 19th year, Kids Matter provides asset education and asset building events, as well as a variety of interactive growth opportunities, including programs and workshops to youth and families throughout much of DuPage and Will counties, directly and indirectly touching thousands of lives. In addition, as the leader of the collaborative youth team, Kids Matter serves as a community bridge connecting social service agencies, government-based organizations, and school districts together in a meaningful collaboration to positively impact the lives of area youth. CWT is an active partnership of 35 youth and family serving organizations, members including the City of Naperville, its Park District, Police Department, and Public Library. Representing Kids Matter is CEO and Executive Director Camila Martinez and Sherilyn Hebel. Our next grant recipient is Nick's Network of Hope. In 2013, Tom and Linda Pacha's teenage son, Nick, died by suicide while away at college. They founded Nick's Network of Hope, a 501c3 nonprofit, to raise mental health awareness, help prevent other suicides, and comfort those grieving after a loss. Their charity's outreach is not only within our own community through public speaking and the sponsoring of mental health events, but also international with their speaking engagements, comprehensive website, nicksnetworkofhope.org, and critically acclaimed book, Saving Ourselves from Suicide, Before and After. All book net sale proceeds go back to their charity to support its mission, and the founders donate their time and efforts to help others and save lives. Representing Nick's Network of Hope is Tom and Linda Pacha. Our next recipient is the YMCA Safe and Sound. This year, Safe and Sound has looked quite different for the youths that we serve. In response to virtual learning, the Y has pivoted to introduce a robust remote learning support program to help families successfully manage their child's virtual instruction. In partnership with the Naperville School District 203 and Indian Prairie School District 204, a full-day structured program was provided, and it included academic enrichment, homework support, activities that encourage a child's interest in science and the arts, as well as physical activity to support their health and well-being. When the school year began in full remote learning, a single parent of 3 children, one of the children with special needs, was faced with the challenge of continuing to work and support their children through remote learning in an affordable way. The YMCA Safe and Sound program was the solution for her. The children had a safe place to learn during the day. They received support with navigating the school day, and they also had opportunities to safely engage with peers, participate in various enrichment opportunities, and receive financial assistance through the scholarship program, making it affordable too. Representing YMCA Safe and Sound is Executive Director Erica Wood. And that's it. I will pass it off to Joe Nelson, who I believe is going to handle the community support.
Thank you, Brian, very much. I'm actually going to give this one to Alma. So Alma, take it away.
Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you. I'm honored to be able to present our community support category and NCTV 17, our community partners. Television has the power to capture a moment in time. Through it, you can hear the voice of a veteran quiver as they remember serving their country, while you see the beauty of 2019 American flags rippling in the wind on Rotary Hill. Every day at NCTV, tells stories from Naperville that inform, connect, and engage our community both on air and online. NCTV 17 puts you inside a local candidate's election headquarters, front row at a concert, curbside at the parade, or courtside at a game. By providing exclusive coverage of Naperville, they ensure that you know what is happening in your community. The funds provided through this grant will help NCTV 17 continue to lift up the important work of 72 other local nonprofits each year through the television show Spotlight. Today with us representing NCTV 17 is Executive Director Liz Spencer. And I would like to offer up a very special and a very sincere and heartfelt thank you to all the recipients that are here with us today, all of the folks that represent these very important and essential organizations that I hope you know we support and we applaud for all of the work that you do. And with that, I would like to ask everyone to offer up a round of applause to all of the good works that are represented here by these organizations, and know that we support you in everything that you do for the community. Thank you for being here. So with that, we have each week a Be Well to Do Good quote. And this week, very fitting, Joe Nelson chose this quote: "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." And I couldn't imagine a more fitting quote for a day like today than that one. So Joe, thank you very much for bringing that one forward. And I think this is very well represented here today.
Thank you, Alma.
And with that, we end all of our meetings each week with the four-way test. And this is how Rotarians assess their actions that they make each week and in their lives as they go about their work and as they go about their daily lives. So if anyone would like to repeat this with me, the Rotary four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth?
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, everyone, for, we aren't the most wonderful chorus when we repeat that together, but it's very meaningful when we repeat that together. So, so apologies to all of you for that, that group recitation, but it's very meaningful and a way that we believe guides us. So with that, I would like to say thank you for spending your time with us today. Again, thank you for the life-saving work that you do and the difference that you make every day, and know that all of that good work is certainly not lost on Rotarians. We are very much in support of you. We're sincerely grateful to you all. And with that, I would like to say, be kind, be safe, and be well to do good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.